But Dudu, please tell Taki to stop. He's like literally changing right in front of our eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, when you say, okay, I saw the last episodes. I saw his demeanor.
With this girl, with Gigi Lamaine. Who did he downgrade from?
Gigi Lamaine.
What? Oh, Loot Love. What?
So he downgraded
From Loot Love. Bro, what?
A few moments later.
What's up?
Why are you guys cooking?
Oh, what's up? Oh, okay. We have a visitor.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Hey, this producer's cooking, yeah?
In the middle of the set, I'm talking about the chicka. About the people that are doing the stuff for this culture. And
Don't let me stop you. Alakain. I can make space for him.
Hey, how are you, my brother? What's up?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, man? This is a surprise. We didn't even know about this. You just came on a Piano Pulse set. Yeah, what's up?
I figured you guys were so comfortable talking about me. You might want to talk about me while I'm here.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, cool. When? Okay. Oh, yeah?
Last week, Fiso made a comment about Gigi Lamaine being a downgrade. So I came here to understand what that conversation was about.
You want to take that?
What was that conversation about? I don't have a lot of things to discuss. I just came here to unpack this conversation on Piano Pulse as Piano Pulse. Like,
Yeah. Dope.
what part of the game is this, if I may? What gives anyone the right to call anyone a downgrade?
And you could hear a pin drop.
What can make him act this way? My girl, talking about my girl.
Wow.
And where do you come off even having an opinion about my shit, dog? What have you done for this fucking game that gives you the right to tell me what's wrong and what's right? How many songs have you written for the industry? How many people have you fed in this fucking industry? You think these numbers that you're getting, that you're sending to make you the nigga that can sit here and tell me shit?
Humans forget that, they commenting about a human,
Yeah.
and the human loves what they do. And half of the times when they fuck up or hopefully you are your biggest critic. So by the time the comments come, you already know that, that episode,
It wasn't good.
My nigga,
Exactly me, ban.
my nigga, I was on charts when you were in diapers, bro.
I'm not as young as you think, but okay.
That actually pisses me even off because that means that you have no little reason. Grootman. You're a Grootman, Fiso. Don't come here with stupid conversations like that. Is this the shit that you're teaching kids right now, that you should compare women like that? Are you serious? Why aren't we putting credibility on the table? Why aren't we putting real facts? Which, this person, if you're this person, you can actually live and survive in this industry, doing your own things, surviving, and nobody even knowing about it. And you're right. Public perception. My girl is out there doing her own things quietly, minding her own business. You bring her onto this show, calling her a downgrade. Get the fuck out of here. Don't justify that shit, dog. Don't fucking justify that shit. That shit was foul. That shit was wrong. And on another day, niggas die for shit like that. I could have tested your jaw right now because you tried to justify this shit. But I came here to make this a teachable moment. If you're gonna come on here, come here with facts, guys. Don't fucking come here and make opinions like that. I'm not the one to be sitting here watching you guys throwing opinions about stupid shit.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Me, and it's never going to happen again. I have so much respect for you, and if I ever said something that disrespected you, was exactly that. So I'm sorry. It's never going to happen again. I have so much respect for you, my brother.
Thank you. Don't try to justify bullshit.
I'm sorry for the part I played as well. Oh, okay.
Taki is the type of person that you don't want to be around. The way Taki is moving is mad, bro. Taki is the type of person to like dab you up in person and go talk crazy about you in the podcast.
What do you think about him, Chief?
Who
Taki.
is? Who?
Taki.
Taki. The Brune. No hate. No hate.
Tell it like it is, Chief.
Nah, they won't.
Say it like it
With
is.
your
Say it
chest.
with your chest.
You know, I
With
feel
your
like, you know,
chest.
with podcasting,
Yeah.
you don't have to overcompensate.
Yeah.
I feel like with him, he's trying to do too much, especially for the new show.
He's been on that tip though.
Nah, but like that's the thing. If that's your way of grabbing people's attention,
Yeah.
Like I'm sure when it goes to bed, like he dies flat, like he sleeps.
tired.
Because Pella,
Tired.
have you seen him when he speaks?
Must be tired.
Like, and you know
Do
when gents,
something like an impersonation.
you know when you. But I'm just saying. But like the people around him
Yes.
treat him like a god. Like they'll put him there, dog.
Let me tell you what he's trying to do, bro. He's trying to manipulate the people around. So he's trying to create jealousy. He's trying to create this thing where the people around will be like, is this how actually people think it is when we're around? So, let me not chill with this, bro. You guys get what I'm saying? I see through the Genjutsu, AK Vision, Mangekyo Sharingan. Because the bro himself doesn't have a group where you can pull up in this aura and then destroy his circle. He wants to destroy everyone around. This is jealousy, check. Can't lie. It's jealousy, bro. Ew.
I'm actually starting to believe that Taki is being this mean guy because he wants relevancy. He's not relevant unless he talks all these shit about other people and he starts trending. This guy is literally beefing with everyone. He's beefing with people. He's talking shit about people that he sees not on a daily, but these are content creators that have met him and have been in the same space as him, laughed with him, and then he talks shit like this.
Guys, can we talk about how Reason stood up for Gigi Lamaine on Piano Pulse? Like, if Liqanda lomjida and umjida akakumeli the way that Reason did, please dump that person, because I just feel like, what are you doing? Every lady deserves a reason in their lives.
Agane bafana nya gore di video tjao yini content what we thokomela re we dia ka mampha we thokomela bafana mo go threaten go tshishitse ke go botsa mfana nna ke no ba go botsa mfana no ba go botsa mfana Taki mfana ya go botsa mfana ya go botsa mfana maybe I get say we botsa ba ntshore tjo rotela mabloma ba thwa ka next door.
Because what? Like, I am not a Piano Pulse listener at all, right? Like, I just randomly, my dlala in the background, right? Because I support the channel, I love everything that's been done, blah, blah, blah. But Taki and Reason's interview is a simple, point-blank example of fuck around and find out. This is what happens, and this is just my own personal opinion, since a lot of everything is people's opinions, right? This is where I start to feel like this whole idea of a podcast and anyone and everyone having a mic, and just because you have a mic, you feel like your opinion stands true beyond facts, it's becoming a very dangerous game. And I think we're getting to a point whereby sometimes we forget that the people that are spoken about are actual people with feelings. So whilst everybody is going on about, oh, you know, Reason is ego, is what, nah. This is a man who realized that this is a dangerous game. This is a man who has 2 daughters who tomorrow could find themselves in a position where some guy from where we don't know is now making comments talking about, you know, a woman's appearance, you know, in terms of dark-skinned girls, light-skinned girls. Like, do you understand, Uguti? That perpetuates a very dangerous train of thought, and also, like, it's just... But outside of all of that, I entertaining.
We had to have a conversation. We had to have a conversation.
Come down.
No, Taki, I didn't come here to have a conversation. I came here to rectify you.
Okay, then
First of all,
don't ask questions. Give him the cameras. Let him talk.
First of all,
let him speak.
First of all, I need you to lower your voice.
You know, I wasn't sure, but after today's episode, I'm 100% sure Taki is my GOAT. Now, because what do you mean they ambushed him They ambushed him and the entire team, and he stood his ground in front of the nigger. Ayo, Taki's my goat.
Nizawuyeka ukuvula ama-podcast nikhulume nje umbhedo.
Na 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 na. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win.
Vault unlocked.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn Kyle, and this is the Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this video. Alrighty then, you guys, if you guys haven't already, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on that thank you button. And before you guys leave out of here, please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below, right? In this video, you guys, I want to talk about what happened on Piano Pulse when reasonably checked about Taki and Sfiso and all of them basically in the recent video, right? Previously, Sfiso had brought up Reason, and he was like, well, Reason has downgraded from Loot Love to Gigi Lemaine, which is absolutely inaccurate in my opinion. And I'll get into why I say that, right? And obviously Taki being Taki, he gave his 2 cents. And he obviously agreed that, yeah, it's a downgrade. Munaka, on the other hand, was just sitting there like a Barbie doll with not much to say, not much of an opinion, because she doesn't know these people like that, I guess. And in this recent video, the guys and the girl start the show. They're talking about a fish paste. And then guess who walks in? Reason. Now, they were saying that Gigi Lemaine is a downgrade for Reason from Loot Love. So Reason pops up unannounced, apparently, allegedly, because let's face it, that was just so random. He just happened to know where they were shooting. He just happened to show up to come and check these boys. He shows up and he sets Taki straight. My question to you is, who told Reason where they were going to be shooting and to show up? It's either the collective over there is duping us and this was planned, play along for the drama, for the ratings, because a lot of people watch Piano Pulse, but it's not like the other one, man, that McG has on his channel. And it's not like Podcast and Chill, right? Who told Reason where they'd be? Because they shoot in different locations. Did his 6 cents, 75,000 cents just kick in and he knew where they'd be? Somebody wanted to create the drama and the filth. Somebody within that camp, or it was orchestrated. I don't believe in coincidences. He just popped up, he showed up, he saw them recording, was like, I'm gonna get them. That's a lie. So who's really fooling who? However, I must say, Reason defended Gigi Lemaine as he should. Your man should always defend you. My man punched 2 guys that were talking smack about me. And the crazy thing is, those guys, whenever they would see me out and about with my man, in front of my man, they would say things like, oh, wow, girl, that butt, whatever, in front of my man. And my man would check them. Until one day, on 2 separate occasions, they crossed the line. And they got a fist in the face. I don't promote violence, but I'm just saying, sometimes people are going to mess with your lady, and then you've had enough. Ubakuzi to the first time. Right? And then they don't listen. Now you're going to get it. Man to man. So your man must have your back at all times, just like how you must have his back type of situation. It goes both ways. And for some time there, people were saying that Reason dating. I don't know why people are so shocked that Gigi Lamaine and Reason are dating. We've known this for a while. People were saying that, after Lut's love and the car situation, apparently it was Reason that crashed or something like that. And they were saying that Lut love had gone down, she wasn't working, something along those lines, right? Now for these two to come out and say that Gigi Lamaine is a downgrade for Reason compared to Lut love, what is the greatest greatness that Reason really, really did? I feel like for the longest time he was an upcoming artist. Not to throw shade on him or anything like that, but I don't feel like he ever reached that pinnacle. Maybe this could be his comeback, who knows? You know what I mean? God is good in that way. As for them saying that Gigi Lamaine is a downgrade, I wonder why they would say that. I wonder what that podcast is really about. People, the content that we produce, commentary, podcasts, gossip channels, at some point it all just starts to sound gossipy. This is the reason why I tend to do other videos that are more informative or educational, and then sometimes I do the gossipy videos. So you would think, and the people that have come up to me in public are like, oh, aren't you the girl from the gossip channel, Linda? I'm like, yeah, it's a commentary channel. But commentary, it's a very thin line between commentary, gossip, because at the end of the day, you're talking about people. You understand what I mean? So Piano Pulse is not just about Amapiano or the artist there. No, they have trickled into other avenues where they gossip as well. Grown people, that's what happens. Just deal with it. People are going to give their opinions. What's going to happen now? Because Taki, giving his opinions on that show when his co-host is bringing up a topic, is doing his job to talk about the topic at hand. Is that not so? And to give his opinion on how he feels on the matter. What happens now to every other podcaster, commentary channel, gossip channel? Must everybody now mince their words and their opinions because Reason had a problem? Must everybody now fear, especially those people that shoot in locations or at people's studios? Must they fear that somebody's going to run up on them, and maybe the person that's going to run up on them is not going to be as reasonable as Reason? Because he did even say that he could have punched Taki in the face. This is another reason why I will always go back to saying, and I know that people don't believe me, but I believe me. And I've clocked it. And I've said it so many times to you guys. Podcasting will come to an end. There is an end and expiration for podcasting. Any Tom and every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a podcast. Do you have a camera, some lighting, and a mic? You can create a podcast and talk about literally anything or anyone. And this is what I've been trying to say to you guys. That will be the demise. Because on some podcasts, you find one person relaying their side of the story, and we would just think that if you invite this person, that means that you believe them, you're on their side. Life is life. People are not really impartial as they would want to be. You take sides. So you would expect that. And then 2 weeks later, they bring the person that person was talking about to come and tell their side of the story. And then you can hear they're even sympathizing with this side. So it's like a lot of confusion that goes on in podcasting. It's a very negative niche. If you look at it, and everybody's doing it, because anybody can. You understand what I mean? Even as community channel, we don't give facts all the time. We try to get it accurate. We don't get everything perfect. We're giving our opinions. But that's the same thing as the podcasters. Why are you so pressed, Reason? I understand wanting to stand up for your girl. You could have been reasonable enough to do it after shooting the show if you knew their location? That brings me back to who orchestrated this whole thing. Somebody wanted this to happen. That guy that rushed in to bring the second chair, the fourth chair, I mean, for reason to sit, he was very, very excited and enthusiastic to get that chair there. So who's fooling who? Are they fooling us? Or is somebody in MacG's camp like a snitch? Does Piano Pulse really have no content in that way that they have to create controversy? What's the problem here? Because it's a problem. I can get the details of any podcast studio and I can fake call them if I have a grudge or something like that. Just even maybe I have a grudge with the studio people for hosting somebody or the interviewer, the person that gave their opinion. I have a grudge. I can sit there and pine on it and plan my revenge. Get the number of the podcast and go and get those people or that host or the owner of the studio. These people don't have security facts. They don't. You might have security there at the gate, but once you're inside, anything can happen. That whole situation, as comical as it was, it could potentially be a very, very dangerous, risky situation. So if you're hosting podcasts or you are going to people's studios, be very, very careful. We've seen people being run up on, pew-pewed, because of their location. This whole thing of reason, it opens a can of worms for a lot of conversations to happen. That whole pitting these two women against each other and saying she's better than this one and she's better than this one, obviously that's wrong, but that's the nature of the game. Salacious nonsense sells, drama sells. Is everybody now going to find people in podcasts to go and attack them? And if so, because now people are cheering him on in the comment section, like, yeah, reason. I saw someone on TikTok even posting, when I send you this picture, reason, and it was Reason's picture, just know, I'm coming. I'm going to show up. You don't even have to send the location, I'm coming. It's very unprofessional. It is very unsafe. The way Reason was in Taki's face, it just felt very unsafe to me. I think that's why Munaka was sitting there and she was probably thinking this thing could escalate and get really, really dirty. As funny and comical as it was, and I can see a lot of people are so glad that Utaki got served, but now remove Taki from Piano Pulse. It would be boring. It would be so boring. But all three of them bring a special element to the podcast. There's that one who's unruly, uncensored. There's Umunaka that's like, oh, but guys, come on, you know, the soft little flower. And then there's Usfiso Itimer. Is he a timer? Yeah, he's like the old timer. So it works. Piano Pulse works. I don't feel like they have derailed too far from what their content should be. Every podcast and most of these talk-a-lot channels will always steer into that gossipy lane. It is always going to happen. It's inevitable. So is everybody going to be angry and everybody's going to run up on everybody? Is everybody going to sue everybody? It doesn't make any sense. Therefore, the demise of podcasting, it is inevitable. You will see. And I told you guys, I'm going to come back and tell you, I told you. And a bit by bit, I've been showing you guys why I say that. It's not because I'm crazy. It's because it's so obvious. It's not going to work long term. If you're going to start your podcast now, do it. Cash in now. But with every season, like the 7-year cycle, there's change and there's a new thing. Podcasting wasn't a thing before, and then it became a thing. There's going to be a new thing. But podcasting is quite dangerous. Now we know how dangerous it actually can be. For someone to randomly just rock up to come and discuss something we spoke about last week and you are so heated Anything could have happened. Didn't he say something like, "You're so lucky I didn't test your jaw"? That's a threat of violence. And Taki being Taki, as we know him here on the internet, he stood his ground. He always stands his ground, which I think that's a good thing. He said the shit and he wasn't backing down and not ready to apologize. Right? However, he hurt someone's feelings. He hurt someone's feelings. But the person he was actually being negative about isn't the person that came to the podcast. Her man came. Obviously, because your woman is going to tell you, "I don't like this. And it's going to annoy you that they're annoying your lady. Kudos to him for defending his lady. But it's just like, if you are behind the scenes and doing so well and great, you can just let things go. It is water underneath the bridge. It was said that other week, nobody cares anymore. Just like how nobody cares about your relevancy in the music industry. Maybe behind the scenes, Gigi Lemaine is doing great things. And I do believe that she is, because she's mentioned before that she's a businesswoman. Right? So I can believe what Reason was saying, that she contributes to this country's GDP. And then Swisa was like, "What? I hope you know what that is." I was a bit concerned. Maybe he didn't hear him right, but I feel like everybody heard him because he was Reason. He was screaming and shouting. And then he wants to be the bigger guy and says to Taki, "Don't lower your voice. Lower your voice. Like, I'm going to check you, little man. But you're raising your voice too." He says they give facts. Give facts. They don't have facts. All they have is what they see on the internet. Therefore, they're giving their opinions. And if it was wrong for them to give their opinions, there would be a policy on YouTube about that. Your feelings were just really hurt, or your girl's feelings were just really hurt. Or is it true that Reason gets with these ladies because they are moneyed and he is not doing so good for himself? I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case. And so he had to go and protect his bag. Or was he just really protecting his woman? I'd like to believe that he was protecting his woman. That's just the nicer version of the situation in my mind. I feel like it was so unnecessary. And now it's going to lead to other problems for many other podcasters, including Piano Pulse with this and this. Your location where you're shooting, it should be secret. It's like you record maybe 3 days before you drop this video. Even if people could go to that place, you drop the main video, they're not going to find you there. We're living in very strange times where people are doing very, very dangerous things. Catch me outside, how about that? It's not acceptable. MacG should be able to protect the people that work for him, that make him the money. There has to be some level of protection for the people that are on your channel giving these dangerous opinions. And I think that is lacking over there. It's giving dangerous vibes. You never know how far a person could go. Imagine if Reason had really, if he was unreasonable and cuckoo crazy and really, really pissed, and his ego was so bruised. And of course his ego was bruised. It does something to a man when other men are saying negative things about your woman. The men that my man punched in the face, they were saying they were doing too much in terms of how sexy I am. That's disrespectful. Why are you looking at her like that? But in Reason's case and other cases, they were saying negative things about Reason's girlfriend, Gigi Lemaine. It's going to make Reason feel away as well. Like, yeah, ish. Why would they say that? I got to go say something about it. But of course, also, he has to defend his girl. Or his bag. You choose. Right? I'm just saying. Something is not okay with that whole situation. As funny as it is, but Taki held his own. He said what he said and he meant it. He said what he said and he meant it. And if you are a public figure, it's 2025, get used to the fact that people are going to talk about you on the internet. That's just how the game goes. They're not always going to have something positive to say about you. Sfiso was so quiet. He was the one, when you watch that episode, Sfiso brought up that conversation. And when you look at it, I feel like it's kind of like he knew what he was doing. So that's why I go back to, was now this episode orchestrated? Because let's just face it, on the MacG network, it's not like they're all just doing everything on a whim, everything's just squeaky clean. There's some manipulation here and there and everywhere. And that's just the nature of the game. We're not going to fault them for that. It was great content for us to sit there and be like, and I was like, and oh, and the pointing and all, I was like, oh. Everybody was like that. Now everybody that is doing commentary or gossip on this situation, yeah, I need a man like that. If my man don't, and some of your men are never going to defend you like that. Not a single day. They will just let it slide. Because maybe they don't have to protect the bag when it comes to you. There's always a reason, a bigger reason to everything. Not to say that the main reason's back. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, relax, everybody relax. Don't get your niggas in a knot, you'll burn. Right? It was so unprofessional. Everything that just happened, the guy running with the chair, everybody's shocked, Munaka's scared. Safety first, guys. And now people are like, now you're going to think twice about talking shit about people. But that's the reason why you like Taki. Even when people drag Taki, you like it. But you like his vibe. You liked Slick Talk's vibe. You even like the dirt of the dirt. And I was asking you guys, why are you like that? You liked Musa Kawula. You liked the dirt. Today, La Jiga. And I was like, yeah, he met his match. Where? Because it looked like the only one that did mala and ready to surrender was Fiso. Munaga was just scared. She never has the greatest things to say anyway. So we would expect her to do all these motions and stuff like that. But none of them had Taki's back. None of them. Taki should be pissed that his group didn't have his back when somebody ran up on him. It wasn't to diffuse the situation. It was because they felt bad and they were scared. It was shocking. When somebody just rocks up and is like, oh no, they found us. Security. Where's the security? It's wrong. And if it was production that orchestrated this thing, you're snitches. Why would you do that, bro? What else could you do? So what must Taki do if you guys all hate him so much? Most of you tune into that show because of Taki. Let's just face it. Must he leave Piano Pulse because his opinions are strong? What must he do? And now all of you are acting as if you hate him so much. But he gives you some kind of relief when you're watching his drama. So what's the problem? You liked Musa Kawula. So what's the problem now? And Taki does way less than Musa Kawula. Some of you are weird for that shit. I'm telling you this right now. I'm not here to defend Utaki. I don't care. I really don't care. I was just really entertained. But now I'm looking at it on a broader scale. A different perspective. It's dangerous things. That is dangerous. That is actually quite reckless. To allow such a thing to happen on a podcast. Unless it was always planned. Unless the people sitting there, the interviewers, the host, co-host and stuff, knew about it and was planned. But if not, this can happen to anyone and it could end fatally. Like that other guy that apparently allegedly was cheating with the ladies that he trains. He was working out and then on a live and he got pew-pewed on a live. Location, location, location. I've told you guys about the threats that I've had. What did we have to do? We had to move. Because somebody is gunning for me and will move heaven and hell and everything to hurt me. So What's the greatest thing that they could do? Take me out, right? And on these other podcasts, look at that Mandy. People like her ex-husband are that crazy. They want to find you and end you. They will find these studios and get to you. It's not okay. Anyway, hooray, hurrah for Reason standing up for his woman. I just come from a world where your man has to stand up for you. If your man doesn't stand up for you, you know, every woman that is saying, if my man doesn't stand up for me, haven't they before? That's what he should. He's supposed to protect you. You're the gatherer, he's the hunter. You must think of it that way. Your man has to protect you and be a man. Ladies, you can't be with riff-raff guys, weak, soft guys. How are you going to be feminine? You won't. Right? Kudos to him for that. But ratings. That's in this lima. One way or another. Podcasters, people that are hosting. If somebody comes to your channel to talk about somebody else, and the person that they spoke about has a vendetta now against you for giving them the platform, they won't take you to court and to lawyers. They will find your studio and eliminate you for giving that person a platform. I'm the perfect example. Give a person a platform and you might get in trouble. Unnecessary drama. They can hurt you. Trust me, I know. Do you see how dangerous it is? People are really crazy. You have to be very careful. And amp up your security. Right? We all know as a country what happened in Gigi Lomaine's household last night. As a matter of fact, she did confirm it. When your man does that tough man stuff, he's gonna sleep nice. Everybody's gonna sleep nice. Rewards are given out. Little treats or big treats, who knows? I enjoyed the drama though. I'm just saying, everybody please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And if you have to amp up security, please do that. But also amp up your spiritual being. Invite God in everything that you do. Just because you are praying every day and wada, it doesn't mean the evil will not try. Don't give it a way in. It will always try, especially if you're a child of God. Right? I think that what Taki does and the energy that he brings to the show is perfect. That's his character for the thing to work. And everybody that's so mad at Taki, you weren't so mad at him sninging, talking shit about people. And until people started admitting that Musa Kaula is a shitty person, everybody else doesn't count. You're not really mad at Taki. You're not. Because what now? Must he leave the podcast because you're so mad? Then what? It will be dry. There's no replacement for him. Period. That's my opinion. Taki, take this opportunity to use the trending and the drama to do something great. Drop some socks. Make an album, a diss track to Reason and his girlfriend. Who knows? That would be so cool. Or something like that. Take this, use this momentum and ride the wave. Capitalize on it and ride the wave. Right? And a great job. You will never be the greatest anything in life if you don't have haters. I'm not saying intentionally go out there and collect them, but let's just be serious. What Taki does. Yeah? What Taki does, full stop. Is it, can't phrase this right now. Is it really that bad? And you guys love Musa Kaula. You want him out of jail. And he's done criminal things. Something is wrong with you. I don't hate Taki. I have no reason to hate him. He entertains me. And that's the reason why I would watch their stuff. Because of him. That's it. If not for him, then Piano Pulse sucks. In my opinion. But each to their own. He did nothing wrong. He hurt someone's feelings, but he did his job. What he gets paid for. He didn't even apologize because he felt like he did nothing wrong. This is a niche. This is a style of doing videos. Why are people so mad? The only thing that brings me joy in the situation is the entertainment element of it. But I want you guys to open your eyes and think. It's very dangerous what happened. Right? I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.